Hey guys, Takahmasak here, and welcome back to Party Time Equestria on Dragon Warrior 3. Oh, I guess we're all done already. So, I wanted to meet you back here because there is that cave directly to the south that we need to go explore. It didn't seem like they directly hinted at it, but the Dream Ruby is in here, so we do need to come explore this beast. Now, unfortunately, there is a lot in here that will absolutely murder us. I think we can run up with these guys outside of town. Mad Hounds they usually reduce defense on their first attack, which will, well, he's deciding not to, but it's more so when the enemies are mixed in this dungeon is where you'll really run into issues. Expect to take anywhere, even with my equipment, I think the half-plate armor, let me get a wing of the wyvern. The half-plate armor is only, I want to say 4 defense stronger than the chainmail, which is why I didn't get it. Because it's not really worth the price. Hey homie, what are you doing down here? But yeah, expect to take anywhere from like 12 to 20 damage, and if your defense is lowered, expect to take more than that. So I'll keep an eye out for the spring he was talking about. And let us grab more treasure first, because there is also a boatload of treasure in here, and here we have deadly toadstools. These guys are arguably the biggest bastard of this area, so you do want to get rid of them, because just like the other toadstool, they have the sleep breath, which they will absolutely spam on you, and I think they have... I think these are the guys that have Ice Bolt also, so just be careful of that. Keep your HP very well up in this dungeon. It is very easy. We can run up with groups of 5 of those guys later. And if they just decide to spam you, you're kind of SOL. So maybe this one will go a little bit differently. Oh! Allergy season in full swing. So yeah, as you see there, they can also hit you and put you to sleep. And as you see, they absolutely love to spam that. And it is no fun for anybody. And Claudia is still very pissed off about something. Claudia insists on not being put to sleep, at least. And if anybody else would wake up, that would be lovely. There we go. Alright, so get rid of this guy. And it's not too bad. And that was only 4 of them. If we get one more into the mix there, you can see where the problems start to come in. So I'm going to use some of these... I can put some of these medical herbs to use, finally. And in here we get the 200 of the 88 gold pieces. And that is an always welcome addition. Let us go this way for more loot. Now at that split, both of those paths actually lead to each other. So there's not really much point in going the other way first, because this way just goes directly there. Vampires, I'm not going to have that video uploaded in time, but vampires I already explained in a different episode, which you'll see this weekend. They can cast Ice Bolt on you, in addition to having a very strong physical attack. Yeah, Ice Bolt hurts a little bit more than their physical attacks, but just, once again, keep your HP up. I can't stress that enough in this dungeon. So let's grab this. And I'm kind of over-leveled at this point. I'm not, like, super over-leveled, but I am a few levels higher than I would be otherwise. And even... excuse me. Even then... hold on. Swallowed a tack or something, apparently. Even then, if the game wants to murder me, it can, so let's go this way. This is the healing spring. Man, holy cow. Something in there disagrees with me greatly. So if we can sneak around here... Now, this is arguably a good place to grind. I'm going to try to get rid of whatever's in my throat, and I'll be right back. Alright, holy cow, that was... Wow, I don't know what that was, but let us move on and not die in real life. So yeah, that works just like an inn. It'll recover all your HP MP. And this is where mixes start to get a little more dangerous. If you get the Mad Hounds lowering your defense on top of the already high damage of the vampires, you're gonna be in a lot of pain. You're gonna have a bad time. And double defense down, so we'll be taking pretty much the maximum amount of damage we can take. Now, thankfully, when there's only a couple Mad Hounds, they are essentially wasting their turns. They're just casting defense on you, so I don't mind that if nothing attacks like that. That works out very well for me. And Janelle goes up to level 14. So you can kind of see why I'm not worried about everybody's experience level being uneven. They level up at different speeds anyway. So it's really not a huge deal to me. Maybe an LP's passed, but meh, FO of that battle. One sweet breath put every single person to sleep in the first round with the 2 Mad Hounds in battle. So there were 3 of the mushrooms and 2 of the Mad Hounds, and it's just, there's not a lot I can do in that situation. They just sit there and beat on me until Leonard finally woke up. Oh well, we were able to escape. I'm still gonna have a hard time running from stuff, but... So let us loot this chest, and we get the Strength Seed. For the most part, I'm just gonna sell my seeds, because it seems like for the most part, at best, they're a temporary gain, like I was explaining in earlier episodes. And then there are 2 that are always detrimental. For example, we get the magic knife here, big whoop. Like the Intelligence Seed, for example, I believe that has like a permanent effect on your MP in a negative way. So just avoid that one at all costs. And I think there was one more that screws with your HP, but I can't remember. It might be the Strength Seed, for all I remember. So instead of trying to remember 40 different seeds and their negative effects on my party, I just say to hell with it, and I'm just going to sell them. It's not worth the hassle of it. And let us keep moving on. We are almost out of here already. Unfortunately, I don't have a wizard, so there's no way I can actually backtrack. So that's a little bit of a... cast outside, which, if you remember from Dragon Quest II, of course you watch all my old videos, right? Yeah, that will put me directly outside of whichever dungeon I'm in. So what I like to do is I always have that Wing of the Wyvern handy, but I always also like to have whoever has return, in this case Hans. I like to save 8 MP just so at least I can return. That stairway goes to a dead end. And here we have another new enemy. We have Man-Eater Moths. If I recall correctly, these guys ignore party formation. And they do a decent amount of damage, in addition to calling for help, in addition to casting Surround. So it's not a bad idea to surround them, because they seem to be pretty susceptible to it, like everything else in this game. Or you can just murder through them, just like that. Yeah, those guys are also kind of a bastard, especially teamed up with things like the mushrooms and just no. What the hell was that? We don't lag in Dragon Warrior. Alright, if we come over here, we can grab even more chesticles. And we have even more money, which I will once again accept, happily. And another fairly easy... Oh, okay. That's half of his HP, for Christ's sake. So... I will have him parry, just in the extreme off chance they get another attack in on him. I like how it says Leonard protects itself. Poor Leonard. Never gets the respect he deserves. I certainly don't want to heal the Manhound. Now, I remember being a kid and seeing these things. It didn't occur to me what they were. Like their eye falling out of their socket like that. That never registered in my child brain for some reason. I never knew why they were called Putripups. And then I noticed, and then there was much horror. No horror. It's not that bad. But I think in the versions where they're animated, like you saw in the Game Boy Color version that I showed off a little bit, Claudia gets to 13. I think, like, their eye will droop and stuff in their animations. Like, ugh. No thanks. So let us loot this chest. Oh, 48. That's pathetic. And I want to go to the bottom? Yeah. You can just take the stairs back up if you accidentally took the top part. But we can grab some fairy water? I don't want any fairy water. I also don't want this battle. No, it's not two man-eater moth, it's 1 and 1! Damn it! It's clearly 1 and 1. Or 1 and 1. I know my conjunctions. Apparently not. And down we go. And this suspicious-looking area... Am I out of... No. Itchy nose! Plenty of itchy nose. And I'm celebrating my 7,000th episode of Itchy Nose. I'd like to thank all my viewers for watching me scratch my nose off my face all these episodes. And if we get this, obviously that will be the Dream Ruby, along with a message. Forgive me, Mother, for departing this world ahead of you. If my love for him, that of elf for human, is forbidden in this world, at least I can be with him in the one beyond. Well, son of a bitch. They apparently murdered themselves in the, underground. It seems a little bit extreme. The man-eater moths can also poison you somewhat rarely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk out of here off-screen, and I'll meet you guys right outside. Alright, I just decided to meet you guys back in the Party Horse Village. Maybe he's jamming to the music. I could watch that one do it full time. He doesn't even move. So let us give the Dream Ruby back to this not-so-friendly Elven Queen. Because thou art a bitch. Take this wake-up powder and go back to the village. Then you may remove the curse. Anne would want it that way. Oh, Anne, forgive your mother. That doesn't mean I like humans. Now get the f out of here. It's the party horse, party, party, the party horse, the party horse. Sorry, that's enough of that. This can't be! My son murdered! So, I am just going to return back to Noan Isle. That is Knave, that's not Noan Isles. It's okay, it's not like that's a expensive spell to cast or anything. I could have just walked up there, but I'm kind of lazy, so... So let us put that to use. And we do wherever the hell it is. Work-up powder! Look, the villagers are now animated. Thanks. Thanks! Hello! Well, I don't think you could really... Oh, lovely poisonous marsh! Long ago in Asarum, I heard tell of the magic key. Asarum is east. So now they're finally directing us to go over there to the east. Nah, I'm not sleepy. Go to bed anyway, you little brat. Hello. I won't even begin to know what to tell you about that. Yeah. No. Do you say anything when I say no? Give me some loot or something. I'm trying to be nice here. And what do the purple people of this place have to say? Hello, Swordman. But, yeah. Oh, he actually came over here. Oh, many, many years ago, apparently. Well, never mind then. And they decided to leave his room untouched for reasons. Oh, Ortega! I will never feast upon your crunchy taco shells again. Oh boy. So that's just an inn. Nobody cares about that. Everybody cares about Old Man. Oh, no problem, I guess. Hello, sir. That's just what I needed. So here we have a few new things, just like that guy said. We can buy the spider's web here, which lowers the enemy's agility. Whoever wants that, I don't know. We have the wizard's wand, which you could give to somebody. If you use it as an item in battle, I believe it casts Blaze, so you can have infinite uses of Blaze. It's getting a little worthless now. The Cloak of Evasion is actually a pretty decent item. I don't recall if it works properly in the NES version, but I think it's supposed to make you dodge attacks a little more. That's right. You would on your way to visit your grandfather. But yeah, I think it's the same defense. Everybody can equip that, but I think it's the same defense as the chainmail. Well, money would be nice. So, there's not really much else we can do here. Leonard, you really need to learn Return, but you will never learn Return. Because that is a wizard spell. But there's ways around that. So what I want to do now is take their recommendation and head over to Romilly. Nope, not in Romilly. Let's get out of Romilly, please. We are done with the gambling. We needn't gamble anymore. Maybe I could put that to use brief. Where's that stupid... I'm not going to use this for anything else, so... Probably not high enough level for it to work anyway. Or it is. And once we cross here, we can start meeting up with... I think there's 2 or 3 new enemies over here. One of them being the wild apes. Now, I think in other versions of the game, these guys have a chance to critical hit you more often, but it doesn't really seem to be the case in the NES version. It's not super common anyway that they're able to do so. So I'm not really all that worried about that. If you have a wizard and you want to increase your defense, that's not too bad of an idea if you run up with 4 of those guys. But let us... if I can make it there in one piece. Hooray! And we've reached the town of Executioner Man. This is the town known for belly dancing. That's great. Welcome to the town of Assam. So there's the inn, obviously, down there. What are you doing? I hear a country named Isis. I hear a country named Isis lies way in the western desert. Hello, sir. Hey, I said hello, sir. If you go south, walk to the shrine in the swamp. I think the old man knows about the magic key. I will go visit him in a mo. I think I have a little bit of time. So there's the iron apron here that is only equipable by the merchant. So you can see why I'm passing that up. And you saw the revealing swimsuit there. It's really not worth the money, in my opinion. Only female characters can equip it. And I think it makes... it's like something like enemies lose a turn more often or something like that. That's the weapon shop. He is only open at night. We don't have the magic key for that door. And there's this guy up here. The House of Healing is pretty obvious what that does. I didn't talk to you. This guy gives you a clue on what to do in this village. If you want to buy an item, try not to let on that you really want it. So what they do is, say you want to buy a medical herb from Homie over here. He'll give you some like outrageous price, like 120 gold or something like that. And then you can talk him down, I think 4 times, but I think he still sells it for twice as much, so it's really not worth the bother. So that's pretty much all I can do here for now. I am going to run my balls off over to Isis, because I just kind of like to hit this town and then hit the next one immediately. In all honesty, if you can make it to that one, you should be able to make it to Isis. Isis isn't very far away, so... the only problem is it's in the desert. And who doesn't love a good dessert? Not like it's... I say not like it's doing anything, but here we have the 2 other enemies, or one other enemy, the vampire cat we could have met up with up there in Asarum, and the Infernus crab is the one that will cast Increase. I mistakenly said it was the army crab back there, but these guys, they love them some Increase, so there will undoubtedly cast that. The vampire cats can cast stop spell on you, so be careful, especially with this battle, where you almost need magic to get through it. Let us do... I think they're a little resistant to fire, but I'm kind of anticipating them using... they don't seem to want to. Anticipating them using... okay then. There he goes. So yeah, that'll pretty much nullify my attacks. Maybe not this one, but maybe the next one. Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. So if Janelle only does 1 damage, that's why I switched to spells against these guys, because spells obviously ignore defense. You can get in a defense raising and lowering fight with them if you choose to. Or pray for a critical hit, but Infernos is the way to go. Anything non-fire magic. Oh, that reminds me, Leonard did level up on the walk out of the Cave of Known Isles, and he learned Stop Spell and Heal More. One of those is self-explanatory. Actually, they're both pretty self-explanatory. Stop spell I just described to you. And he learned... What did he learn? He learned Iron Eyes. Oh. And we have a wounding in the party. And Momes! We can meet up with these guys a little bit later, but I don't want to fight them right now. They're pretty base... Oi! I said no, Mummy Man! I said no. Can I go? No, I can't. Flammapede? Mummy Man, I said no! No! No, Mummy Man! Alright, so we finally made it to Isis. What happened in that battle is... It was another Infernus Crab and Vampire Cat battle, and unfortunately, I had him ready to cast Heal More on Hans, and his spell was cancelled out the second before he was ready to heal him, so that really sucked. And it just so happens they did the 11 damage it took to murder him, so let us go revive him. So if I didn't really go over it too much, but it is 10 gold, or your level times 10 in gold. And hooray! So I'm going to cut this episode here. I'm going to do more gold grinding. If you think this area is too much of a pain in the ass, you can go over to... how am I doing it? Yeah, I might as well go sleep. You can go over to Asarum and grind over there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll go over what I got off screen, and I will meet you here next time. Ooh, Satan Gold. On Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3. This is Takahmasak. I'll see you later.